Welcome everyone, this is ZozoStockwatch and let's get ready for May 23rd, Tuesday. But before I get started with the watch list, I'll just go over a few things. And unfortunately, I have to tell you about there's been a bombing in Manchester, England. It's a very fluid story, but police are saying a number of fatalities at the arena. It was a concert and that happened in Manchester, England. So prayers go out to those folks there in Manchester, England. And then unfortunately, currently the futures are down. The Dow futures are down 30 points. The S&P is down 4. And the NASDAQ futures currently are down 10. And for your economic news for tomorrow, we have Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index, 10 o'clock, new home sales. And let's see, we have some Fed speak going on at 3:15 p.m. Neil Kashkari and also Patrick Harker at 5 p.m. and then a late Fed speak on Charles Evans. And then we have the API crude numbers coming out at 4:30. So that's the economic calendar for tomorrow. And I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. And as you can see, the SPY is this is the after hours of the SPY, and the SPY is moving down due to the Manchester information that I just gave you. Also, we have TTWO, and let me just see if I could do something here real fast. Try something. Oh, cool, it works. All right, so we have TTWO that reported talk that the Red Dead Redemption 2 to be delayed was circulating, TTWO. And as you can see, this is a 5-minute chart of after hours, and you can see TTWO has taken a a slight drop here in the after hours. Let's see what else we have in news. We went over the economic for tomorrow. Hain Celestial received expected notice from the NASDAQ. Let's see if that's doing anything. No reaction to that. Some earnings after the bell tomorrow listed here for Tuesday after the bell. Intuit, INTU, VSAT, Tilly's, TLYS, and you can see that right here. And then before the open, we have AutoZone, CBRL. Is that that's Cracker Barrel? Okay. Momo before the bell. TTWO, Toll Brothers, TOL are reporting earnings tomorrow before the open. And let me see, after hours, we have some top insider purchases after hours. Let me highlight this for you so you can read it easier. Or did that make it worse? Well, I'll leave it like that for a second. And you can look and see there's been a bunch of insider purchases over 100K plus in the after hours, and that's reported in the after hours, excuse me. GNCA purchased 53K at 604. Let's just take a look if there was any reaction on that. No reaction in the after hours. PRGX, no reaction. So these are some smaller names. AVDL, and let's see this one right here. Director purchased 31,000 at 985, so he's down on that purchase. And let's see what else happened in Syndicate. GLYC, right? That's been a big mover. GLYC, and proposed public offering of common stock of 6 million shares. And I'm reading that right here. All right, Jeffries and Cowan, joint book managers. So it popped on GLYC and then moved down a little bit. So 6 million offering proposed. Hasn't, I don't think, come through yet, but it's proposed. H secondary offering, that's right there. Let's see, now offering 750 convertible senior notes due 2022. And then here's that news on Manchester police fatalities. So that's what's affecting the futures right now. So that's some of the news that broke in the after hours. And we'll go ahead and I'll go through my watch list. Let me switch this over to a daily chart for you. And we'll start with BBG. This is an oil name. and we had 1.6 million shares traded today. You see we're up above the 50 SMA on BBG. We have a high today at 425, so we're looking for another break of that 425 on BBG. Another one, BIOC, nice candle here, 7.5 million shares traded. We have a high of 185 on the name. We closed at 152, so we'll have to watch this intraday on BIOC, but I was trying to get back over the blue 50 SMA and couldn't do that, so we'll see if they want to maybe give this another try tomorrow. So I'll have this on an intraday watch. BIOS, nice basing pattern here. You see that kind of wedge forming if you put your you draw that line right here, so nice consolidation. We had a high on this name of 175, so basically I'm looking for that 175, 180 break. Volume was just under 1 million shares on BIOS, so I'll keep it on watch and I'll see if it can get going. And under the $1 name was BPMX, big volume in the name, 7.4 million, and came up to 65 cents. Closed at 62 cents, so we'll see if there's any kind of trade in this, and that's if you like to play those under $1 names. BTX, volume's a little light for me, biotech name, but that's a nice candle, and the high on the name was 331. We closed at 330, and so we'll see if there's any kind of continuation move or maybe a possible red to green move on this name, but once again the volume was a little bit light, so just keep that in mind. Want to show you guys this one. Okay, so here's my 400 EMA SMA, and if you've been watching my videos, you know that I use the 400 and EMA SMA, and you see this bounce here on CA. Came down to the 400 EMA, the dotted purple line here, and bounced off that. Now it comes back down to the dotted purple line again, the 400, and it's bouncing again. So I'm going to be watching this one, 4.9 million, so 5 million shares, and we're looking for this break of 32, and maybe we can get back over, the 50 SMA, this blue line here, on a break of 32 on CA. But just want to also point out, how sometimes these moving averages can help you, and obviously, it's support and resistance. But this just gives you like a little bit of a guidance, okay? And that's why I put them on my charts. CCCR didn't perform well today, but I'm going to keep it on watch a couple more days. We had these big pops trying to get through 3. When I guess it didn't pop this morning, a lot of traders got discouraged, and so they bailed on it. But now we're back at the 8 EMA, and so we'll see if this can do anything tomorrow. CCCR, CIEN, nice pop. It's above the 50 SMA, above the fast moving averages, above the 100 SMA. The 200 is curling up. We have a high on the name of 24.65. We closed at 24.42, so maybe 24.55 might be enough for Sienna, and it had 4.6 million shares traded. CMCM was an earnings, believe this morning, if my memory serves me right, 6 million shares, and it had a pop up to 12.50, closed at 11.34. So we'll see if there's any type of setup on this name tomorrow on a CMCM on an intraday chart, but like the volume, candle's not too bad. Maybe if we can get back over 11.55-ish, 11.60, maybe we get another run up to that 12 area. CMLS, this is under $1 name. Obviously the big volume, 6.3, trying to break out over that 75 cents. So if you like to play these under $1 names, that might be interesting for you. CRM, last week reported earnings and dropped, holding the 20 SMA here around that, we'll call it the 87 area, and maybe trying to get back over 89 for a continuation move up through 90. So you can keep this one on watch on CRM. The cloud computing names were rather, were getting bought today. So maybe this one will give you, if you like to play these bigger names, maybe this one will give you a nice move on Salesforce. CYTR, this is another under $1 name, and So we'll see what this one wants to do. Had nice volume the last few days, trying to break. It's up above the 20 SMA, and so we'll see if there's any trade in CYTR for tomorrow. But once again, I warn you on CYTR, there is an under $1 name, so just be cautious of that. EXTN, this is a $30 name, and we have a high of 30.20, so maybe over 30.25 on EXTN. Volume only 400,000, but nice looking chart. And I don't know if you watched last night's video, but Cool was saying, you know, the volume was a little shy of what I like, but you know, Cool had a nice chart setting up. And look at the explosion in Cool today, up 25%. So sometimes, you know, keep your eye on these lower volume names. And this kind of looks like the same setup as COOLEXTN. So keep this one on watch if it can break out over that 30.25 spot on that one. EXTR, nice flagging pattern here. Came down to the 13 EMA, holding above the 20. All the moving averages are, you know, angled up. 1.2 million shares. Looks like if it can get over that 925, 927 spot, you might get some continuation in this EXTR. Nice looking chart here, and you know, nice stair step pattern. The trend is up, so keep your eye on that one. FNSR had a big volume today, 6 million shares, gapped up and has a high of 26.13, so maybe 26.20 is enough for this one, or maybe back over 26.10 as it takes out 26 again on FNSR. Fold, we spoke about this one I believe in yesterday's video, and we did get through that $8, and now it moved up to, you know, near that 8.50. Now if it can clear the 850, you might get a continuation move, but possibly looking for an intraday pullback, maybe like around 820 area, and then to hold the $8 round number and see if we can get a move back on FOLD. And the way the futures are, maybe we might get a down open, so we'll have to see. GoPro finally popped. As you can see, it's been basing for a while here, right? And now we popped finally. We got over that 9 spot, but then it was rejected. But if it can get back over, you know, $9.10, you might get some type of continuation move in GoPro. It's been kind of basing and holding this $8 area. Let's see, since about, you know, middle of March, April, May, and now it finally is starting to turn up. So this could be interesting. And since I'm looking, I'm just curious if Fit did anything. Fit had a little buying today also, but I don't know, not one of my favorites. I'd rather be watching GoPro. I think there's a little more play in GoPro than Fitbit. INFN, nice pop, nice candle, basing under $10, but you have the 50 SMA right up ahead. It hit it, rejected, hit it, rejected. So I guess we're going to have to clear that, you know, 50 SMA, which is at 999. So if we can get over, you know, that 1005 spot on INFN, you know, it's had big gaps, came back down, based for a little while around this 300 SMA. I'm sorry, the 150 SMA, excuse me, the orange dotted line here. We've been holding 9. Let's see if we can break out over 10. MTBC popped here, popped up today. So we'll see if there's any more action in this name. 7 million shares traded today. You know, it's just getting rejected by that 250 round number, and we closed at 207. So we'll see how this sets up intraday. You know, you see it's a really hard trader, and so not easy, but we'll see if there's any type of setup on this MTBC. MTCH, a nice pattern forming here. I don't know if that's like the beginning of like a J-hook type of pattern. We have a high on MTCH match group of 1966. So maybe 1970 is enough to get it going, or wait for that 1975 break to maybe possibly break 20. And we'll see what that one wants to do tomorrow. MU. Holding this 50 SMA, held it here, held it here. It's been riding, you know, on a nice trend. broke below it, but then the bulls came back in and recaptured the 50 SMA. So we have a high today of 28.25. So I would let it clear the 28.25. The low today was 27.65. So you can kind of use that as your stop. So what I like to do is I like to give a mixture, some small ones, some larger ones. So you see quite a few of these. Obviously, I'm not going to trade all of these, but for the videos, I like to, give you a flavor of different stocks that maybe you want to trade for your day tomorrow. NPTN, almost 2 million shares traded. Semiconductor sector, so it's in the right sector. And we have a high of 915. We closed just under the highs, so maybe this one might want to get going tomorrow. Keep your eye on it. You do have a lot of moving average resistance up ahead, but might be worth watching. NTNX got a upgrade today. Had 5 million shares almost traded, and we have a high of 1820, closed at 1750, so maybe over 1775, or wait for the $18 break again on that name. OCLR, nice candle close today, and we had a high of 940, and we're looking for a break of that 940, 950. Over 16 million shares traded today. And geez, for 16 million shares, and that's as far as they could get it, huh? So probably not a big intraday trader. Might be possibly better for a swing. So it gets big volume pops. So we'll see if this can make a continuation move up through that 945, 950 spot on OCLR. ROX has been basically trending up, right? And just the other day, this one caught my eye, but I didn't put it on the video. And here's Fizz. It held the 50 SMA, popped. So, this one is in the distilleries, beverages business also. You see it's turning back up. So maybe over, 180, 182, you might get a continuation move in this one. 1.1 million shares showed up today in ROX. Schlumberger, this one seems to be basing here around this 70, 71 spot. And it is holding that, starting to get back over the 20 SMA on right here is your red line. And we have a high today of 72.38. So maybe over, back over 72 might get interesting for Schlumberger. And that's a member of the OIH, one of the holdings there. And this turned up, pulled back, but it's holding above the fast moving averages on OIH. Some other names are Halliburton, that turned up, battling with the 50 SMA currently. Rig is another one in the OIH, but currently Schlumberger looks interesting. BHI is another name in the OIH, but like I said, Schlumberger looks the most interesting out of those. SPWR did pop today. We had mentioned it on the video yesterday. Now we're at this 200 SMA, the green line right here, so we need to get above that. So watch for the 775 break, 776 on this SPWR and FSLR. Some names in that sector are already, this one is above its 200 SMA. What's another one? Sedge was a mover today, and CSIQ. That one's starting to perk up also. Check Run, Soul. Is TERP still around? TERP, yep, this one's still around. So, keep an eye on that SPWR, maybe possible pop above this 200 SMA. So if you're a swing trader, you can use that break 7 as your stop if you're interested in this name. XENT, nice pattern forming here, right? We had the big pop, pull back, holding the wicks here. You see the tweezer bottom here at 22, and now we're turning back up. We have a high on this name of 23.35, and we also, well, a little bit light on the volume, but like I said, with cool, it didn't matter. And in the market we're in right now, this bull market, the volume may just show up. So maybe over 23.35, 23.40 on XENT medical devices. XGTI had a pop here, hit the 150 SMA, dotted line, pulls back. Now it's holding the 8 EMA at 175. They turn it back up. and now we're messing around with trying to break that $2 spot. So if we can get through $2, 2 million shares came in today, and so if we can get over that $2, you might get a nice continuation move in XGTI. I think that's going to be it for tonight, folks. This has been the ZozoStockwatch, and just stay tuned to your futures to see what's going to be going on with Manchester. Really sorry to hear that. Futures down 24, down 4 on the ES, and down 9 on the NASDAQ futures. So please enjoy your night. Stay safe with your friends and family. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Also, retweet it. Tell your friends. Trying to build up this YouTube channel. And if any of these stocks work for you, leave a comment and let me know. And I hope these videos are helping you. Thank you very much for listening. This has been Zozo Stockwatch. And have a great night. And now you're ready for May 23rd.